Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So I'm going to continue my series talking about, how to maximize your double drops during the May the 4th to May 7th double drop bonus week. That's coming up next week. This particular video is going to be geared towards early game players. So early game players means you're already hit level 85 and you're really starting to build out your account. If you want to check out the previous video up above when I talked about how new players should approach this, feel free to. I think there's a lot of overlap in these two videos. But basically, as an early game player, you're still really trying to build out your roster. Fill out your let's say your core teams. Again, you probably want to be building Imperial Troopers. You want to be building Geos. You want to be building Bounty Hunters, and then probably Jedi, maybe Rebels. So those are like the 4 or 5 teams you really want to focus on first. And this is a great opportunity to speed up some of those shard farms. So again, during double drops, shards and gear is dropping at 2 times the rate on your light side battles, your dark side battles, your cantina battles, your fleet battles over on the side, and then on your mod battles, but not mod challenges. So this means that your slicing materials for mods are double drops, but the actual mods that you get are not. So I'm going to start here. I think as an early game, you're still building up your mod inventory. You still obviously, you should try to use some refreshes to build up on mod challenges to get those 5 dot mods. Hopefully you have them unlocked. So do that. Ignore the mod battles for slicing materials right now. You really just need to build up your base first. When it comes to Cantina nodes for early game players, there's a lot of very key characters that are still needed here. So hopefully you have your Geos already 7-starred by this time. You're skipping Phoenix, so ignore them. You can skip Phoenix there. But some of the key nodes here is if you don't have crew and the silencer at 7-star, this is a great node to farm because you're getting both the pilot and the ship, and you're increasing the drop rates there. So this I would say is the #1 Cantina node to farm if you don't have those both at 7 stars yet. Again, if you don't have your Geos, you have Geo Spy here is one that you should be farming. And then some of the other key Cantina nodes for early game players, we can skip a lot of those. They're not super. Lots of great characters here, but not really needed. And then here you have GeoBrute Alpha. You should have this already. So GeoBrute Alpha, Crew, and the Silencer, I think, are the 2 key ones. You still have so many characters you need off of Cantina. You can kind of, skip trying to maximize the double drops on the signal data. Like there'll be a time when that's needed. But on let's go to fleet battle. So again, ships they generally take, if you're not refreshing the node, since they're single shard drops, it's going to take on average 6 months to farm one ship. Um, so with double drops, this will speed it up at least, by a few days because you now have accelerated drops. But some of the key ships you can farm, definitely if you don't have Anakin's fighter at 7 stars, farm this one. If you can afford a 25 crystal refresh, I would recommend it. Boba Fett ship, Sun Fac ship, those ones are key. So that's 3. You can skip these ships, I think, for now. Vader's, but you might be able to get this from the fleet store, so maybe skip that one. And then if you're already at this like tier 5 fleet battles, again, there's very great characters here. Shaak Ti, B1, like maybe Shaak Ti you want to farm as early game. The rest really depends on what you can afford. So definitely on this first tier, like I said, Anakin. On the second tier, you have you have Sun Fac ship, and you have Boba Fett ship. And then when it comes to normal energy hard nodes, again, there's so many characters you still need. Normally, you should be farming probably 5 to 6 hard nodes per day. I would say during double drops, try to expand that up to 10. Focus on the key ones that you're going for now, but maybe the second tier project as well. And you really try to maximize those double drops. So at this stage in the game, don't farm crew on this node, farm him on Cantina. But at this stage in the game, you don't really need to focus on farming gear specifically from normal energy. So if you do have more energy after farming those 10 hard nodes per day, find some other characters that you're going to need in the very short term. Or if you can afford even like the 25 crystal refresh to refresh a node for your current project, let's say you're trying to build up your troopers, do that. So Dark Trooper, again, very key to the trooper team. Um, Gideon can be okay. You start with him as a new player, so he can be a good character. Forget all of these like brand new marquee non-accelerated characters. You don't need them this early. Veers is someone that you want. Iden can be a very great team early on, especially in Galactic War. Obviously, you're Geo, so you have Poggle there. Um, again, lots of good characters that are needed. Piet, I think, is super key. So if you don't have Piet 7 stars, definitely be farming this node during double drops. Chupio, if you're going to be going for some rebels, is a good one to farm, etc. This is probably the best node to farm during double drops, is the Django and the Houndstooth. You need this ship. It's super key for early fleet dominance. Um, I would say spend the 25 crystal refresh on this node, especially during double drops to speed it up. So that's key, and then you'll get boss on the dark side node. So again, I'm not going to go through all the dark side nodes, but you can figure it out. I think making sure that you have your Geos, your Troopers, your Jedi, and your Bounty Hunters, those characters to 7 stars. This is a great way to get them accelerated. The gear is going to come by itself. So don't really focus on farming gear specifically during this double drop at this level. Some nodes that are good is the node that has Wicket also drops a stun gun. So Wicket's needed obviously with Ewoks to unlock C-3PO. So maybe it's a character you want to start farming now just because you're accelerating his drops. You're also accelerating the number of stun guns you're going to need, which is key equipment early on. Um, let's see, I think that's on tier 7 or, oh shoot, it was tier 8 tier. So you have, again, Wicket with the stun guns. You have Hyena Bomber. Again, these are some of the key things that you should be farming. So focus on your characters that you need. Make sure you're really maximizing the drops that you're getting out of these. So that's the strategy. Again, the crystal refreshes, if you watch the video I said, you can see the cost of those. Try to, if you can, at least do the first 100 refreshes on Cantina. There's so many things you need there. Do at least the 3, maybe 6 refreshes on light side and dark side normal energy. So that's going to be 150 to 450 crystals needed. So between that, you could be spending between 450 and 750 just refreshing these, and then fleet, just depending on what your needs are. Maybe you don't need to spend as many crystals on fleet refreshes, obviously, but maybe not needed right away. So just manage, what you can afford. Try to balance what you can afford, but versus what you need there. Um, don't go all out on mod battles. Like you're at a position where you don't need slicing mats or urgently right now, so you're still really building out your mod inventory, your 5.mod inventory. So thanks for watching. Please remember to leave a like on the video and subscribe to my channel. And then I'm happy to hear all your feedback down below in the comments. So I will catch you in the next video. Thanks.